Hey, what's going on, guys? All right, so hey, I got a good question on Instagram the other day, and the question was, where did you start? And so it got me thinking, maybe I should do a video on where you should start. All right, so everybody comes to the e-commerce world with a different set of skills, right? So you come with a different job history, you come with different connections out in the real world to obtain merchandise, you even come with, different skill levels as far as computers go and learning different software and stuff like that. Everybody comes to this world with a completely different set of skills. So it got me thinking, if I were to start in e-commerce today, where would I start, right? So that's what this video is going to be about. It would be, if I were to start today, where would I start? Or if I am currently selling online already somewhere, where would I go from there? So this will kind of help both people, both the person that's starting off that really doesn't have much experience at all and is just like, okay, where do I begin? And it will also help the kind of intermediate person that's maybe selling on a platform that's like, okay, I'm cool with this, I'm good. What next? So hang in there. I'm going to start from the beginning and we will go from there. All right, so if I were to start today, here's where I would start. Now, this is assuming that you've got no real background in e-commerce or you've got, very little background in e-commerce. But this is kind of a safe place to start in my mind. So if you were to start fresh, and if I were to go back years, this is probably where I would hope somebody would tell me to start. I would start with Poshmark. And again, this is totally my opinion, but the reason I would start with Poshmark is it's easy to sign up for. So I'll click on the sign up here. It's easy to sign up for. They just ask for a lot of basic information. You just need to, connect your bank account, and that's about it. You actually don't need to be necessarily a real business out of the gates or anything like that. You can just sell as an individual. They have a desktop app and they have a phone app. So if you're just starting out, we're going to assume that you don't have, a lot of time on your hands because you're probably working your day job and whatnot. But that way you can handle your business either from the desktop or from your phone on the go, depending on where you are. Depending on where you are. So easy to sign up for, good accessibility as far as accessing your account goes. The other thing is all the shipping is pretty much handled for you. Now, shipping is probably one of the biggest and most confusing things if you've never sold online. A lot of people are just used to going to the post office and taking their stuff there and going, how much does this cost? And stuff like that. And they're relying on somebody at the counter to give them the right pricing and tell them the right box to put it in and all that sort of stuff. A lot of times the post office actually, oddly enough, doesn't even know, which is funny, right? So, but the shipping on Poshmark is handled. So speaking of accessibility, what makes it good is that you can use your phone to take all your pictures, so you don't necessarily need any extra equipment. You can, so accessibility-wise, what makes it good is with that app, you can take all your pictures right from your phone, so you don't need to buy really any extra equipment right out of the gate. I mean, you can always get more professional and that sort of thing. You can post directly from your phone. So, I mean, you can do it on your lunch break, what have you. Once you post something online and it sells, you get an email. And in that email is the postage. So basically, they've already determined what it is, and basically you're just slapping it in a box and putting a label on it that they give you, that you just print out and duct tape to the top of the box, or packing tape, to the top of the box. And you're good to go, and you just take it to the post office, and it's that easy. So that's why I think that if you've got next to no experience, or you're just starting out, or you want to kind of learn the ropes a little bit, this is probably a good place to start. Also, Poshmark tends to be very forgiving. So now whenever you start these e-commerce platforms, you don't want to start off on a bad foot. You want to take care of business right out of the gates, right? So you don't want to, just let orders languish and stuff like that, because your first initial feedback on any platform is important. But after you get a few feedbacks back, singular or backs plural? I don't know. After you get a lot of feedback, and if you miss like sending out a shipment on time or something like that, they'll just give you kind of a notification that says, hey, are you going to be shipping this soon? And you go, yeah, I'm going to ship it in like 2 days. And then they just let the customer know, and that's it. So they let you fudge a little bit on your shipping. And like I said, it's a little bit more forgiving. And I would say probably one of the most forgiving platforms as far as, learning goes. So this is where I would start if I were starting with, little to no experience. So after that, once you've mastered Poshmark, you feel like, you're good to go on that. Or, maybe you already started on Poshmark. I would move to Mecari next. So Mecari is gonna kind of get your feet wet a little bit with shipping and stuff, because it can, handle shipping just like Poshmark can. No, not quite. Actually, not quite. You do have to put in the measurements and the weight. So on Mecari, you actually do have to have a postage scale, and you do have to have a tape measure. So you do have to give them the measurements so that they can provide you with the correct postage. But you don't need to figure it out as far as how to necessarily ship it. You just need to give them that measurements, choose a carrier, and that's it. When you get a sale on Mecari, it will send you an email just like Poshmark. It's easy to sign up for. So again, you just sign up, and it asks you for some minimal information, and you put it in, and again, you connect your bank account. Now, where Mecari is different, so where Mecari is different is that you can also ship stuff on your own as well. So where Poshmark always supplies your shipping label, Mecari can supply your shipping label, or you can ship on your own if you feel that you can get cheaper postage. So this is a nice little go-between, this is a nice little step up from having everything taken care of to kind of learning postage and stuff like that. And so if you want to buy your postage on, stamps.com or Pirate Ship or anything like that, you can buy your postage and you can just upload the tracking number to your order, and then they'll go from there. The nice thing about Mecari is the customer only gets like 3 days to check their crap out, and then it is done. So it doesn't have a long return policy or anything like that. Your transaction is done, and you're good to go. Where Mecari is a little different is they are a little stricter on the rules. So you do want to take a look at their prohibited items list in their help documents, just to make sure you're not selling anything that's weird. Don't look at what everybody else is selling and go on, oh, it's up there, I can sell it too. Definitely look at their stuff, because Mecari will kind of give you a warning or so. But after that, sometimes they'll just shut you down. And so, welcome to the world of e-commerce. Guilty before proven innocent. So, yeah. So, Mecari, you want to be a little bit more careful. But like I said, it's great. It has both a phone app, again, and it has a desktop app. So, both your bases are covered. So, if you're still doing this part-time and on the go, you can completely do this from your phone, and you are good to go. So yeah, Mecari would be step number 2. So like I said, you can move upwards in the chain as far as difficulty goes. So if you're already selling Poshmark, I would probably start with Mecari next, just to kind of get you used to the whole postage thing. All right, so next stop is eBay, right? I've been on eBay for literally 20 some years. This is technically where I started out, is eBay. And it just, because that was the only game in town 20 some years ago. They were the big dogs on the block. And so that's where I started originally. But, like I said, if I were to start today, I would probably start with, the platforms I mentioned earlier. So eBay, they kind of baby step you a little bit when you sign up for eBay. So you do need to, sign up just like all the other platforms. They do have a desktop app and a phone app, but you are pretty much handling your shipping 100% on your own. Nothing's like provided for you as far as like, when you get a sale, you don't automatically get some postage. You actually have to either go buy it through eBay, or you have to buy it on another platform, like, you know, like I mentioned earlier, Pirate Ship or Stamps.com, or, you know, anywhere else that you can buy postage. And so eBay is going to baby step you a little bit. They will let you sell a few things, and then they will kind of hold the money until the buyer agrees that everything went well. And then if the buyer agrees, then they'll kind of hang on to it a little bit longer to avoid any sort of returns. And then they'll shorten up that time period, because you're new to them, they're new to you, that sort of thing. So there's going to be a lot of caution on their end. But once you prove yourself after, you know, several shipments, they will take that hold off, and they will start getting your money on a regular basis as you build feedback and trust. Like I said, it's pretty easy to sign up for. You know, they just need some basic information. Now, eBay didn't used to send tax documents necessarily if you were a low-level seller, and they have just started to send tax documents. So they will report income and that sort of thing, so you do want to keep track of that. Some of the other platforms are starting to do that as well. It used to be only a thing if you hit like $20,000 in sales plus like 250 different transactions, that sort of thing. That's what it used to be. But more and more they're getting pushed to, you know, provide tax documents to the government. So I would be aware of that. It's a little bit in transition right now, but they do start to provide different documents and stuff like that. So you're not selling things completely under the radar. Some of the other platforms, they don't necessarily quite do it yet, but they may do it. So especially some of the ones I mentioned earlier, they're kind of in transition too. So just be aware of that when you sell on it, that, you know, the man is watching. So yeah, so be aware of that. But, you know, eBay, it's pretty good, man. I like it. It's pretty easy going. Once you build up some feedback, you know, you kind of, you know, get to roll with the punches a little bit. It's definitely, it's less forgiving than, you know, some of the other platforms, but you're not necessarily guilty right out of the gates. Like the next guy I'll talk about. So, you know, you get to explain your case a little bit, that sort of thing. But you do want to treat it like a professional business, and you do want to ship stuff on time. That's important. You want to get it in the mail on time. You know, you want to pick the appropriate sort of speed as far as shipping goes, all that sort of stuff. So I would move to this platform when you're feeling comfortable with shipping. And that's when I would probably jump on this. And yeah, so, you know, as far as shipping goes and purchasing and shipping, and that's the big one for me. That's kind of the big determining factor for me is shipping, because shipping is nuanced and can be kind of complicated, and you can think you're making money but realize that you're actually losing some money just because you're picking more expensive shipping speeds, or, you know, just you're packaging stuff wrong, that sort of stuff. So shipping is always kind of the determining factor for me as far as, you know, whether or not you should consider a platform, and then also, you know, how forgiving the platform is. So you'll kind of see that as an ongoing theme here as I talk about this. But yeah, eBay would be your next stop. So if you've already done Mecari, I would jump on eBay and then go from there. All right, so next stop is the big dog, the one that everybody talks about, right? That you hear online, you know, oh, you should sell here, that sort of thing. So let's go to his website. Names for the devil. Yeah. Oh, sorry, did I type that wrong? I meant Amazon. Oh man, okay, so buckle up for this guy. Bezos is, and Jeff Bezos is the guy that owns or owned Amazon. The dude's a nightmare. The guy is outsourced all of his customer service overseas to people that have zero experience handling big accounts, nor have they ever sold an item in their entire life. They're reading off a screen. So that's the customer support you have. You are guilty before being proven innocent. So right out of the gates, you're having to defend yourself like you committed a crime. Random ass crap happens that you do not expect, and basically throw everything you know out the window. This platform, anything and everything can happen. And it's, you'd think that if you followed the rules, you're safe. If anybody tells you that if you follow the rules, you are safe on this platform, I will show you a liar. Because that is not the case. You can do absolutely everything right. You can hold up the rule book in their face and they will still go, you're done. You wake up to scary emails. You get charged shipping fees that you're like, what the hell? This platform is not for the faint of heart. And I'm not trying to scare you from it necessarily. I'm just saying when you come into this, you need to not have any sort of a drug or alcohol problem because this will exacerbate it. You just need to be ready, man. If you've done the other platforms, what you've done there that I've mentioned is you've established a base. You have not put all your eggs in one basket. I made the mistake of having a long history on eBay, but not really getting serious on eBay till probably the last 6 years or so. And then what I did is I went immediately from eBay to Amazon. So I got to go through all the ups and downs and the crappy ass learning curves that happen on this platform that I'm trying to save you from. So I would not jump on this until you are absolutely ready. This is the least forgiving platform. So once you're ready and you've got a background in these other platforms so that you don't have all your eggs in the Amazon basket, I would then jump to this. This has a very high velocity of sales. So if you're selling an item that is popular that you can make money on, it's probably the fastest selling, software or selling platform or selling channel. But like I said, anything and everything can happen. Now when you first sign up for this, it's going to ask some basic information from you. And you'll fill it out. Shortly thereafter, you may all of a sudden get a message that says your account's been suspended. We need more information from you. They're going to request like a paper bill of some sort to basically prove you live where you live and that the address you put in there is actually your address. So you get this scary ass email right out of the gates where you're, just kind of dipping your toe in the big dog's pool here. And then you'll get a scary email from them. After that, at some point, you're probably going to get after that, you're probably going to get some sort of an insurance request from them. Again, they'll be like, we need insurance. You got 30 days, provide insurance. And so then you've got to shop around for some business insurance and stuff like that. It's not supposed to be until you hit a certain level of sales that they request that within a 30-day period. But you just don't know. I mean, with this platform, it's bananas. You just may get the request. So you kind of want to be aware of that. So you kind of want to get on this platform when you've officially kind of made yourself a business, you have a business license, that sort of thing. Because they're going to request some stuff and they're going to give you some short time periods to do it, and you need to kind of have your ducks in a row. Now, like I said, this is a very high velocity platform, or at least it can be. The difference with this and some of the other platforms is you can actually send stuff into Amazon's warehouse, and when customers place orders, Amazon will ship it out for you. So that is kind of an advantage. Also, you can ship stuff out on your own too, so you can ship it out just like you would on eBay, where you can purchase postage through Amazon, or you can purchase postage on your own and upload the tracking number. You got to be on your game on this platform. Everything's got to go out on time. No errors, that sort of thing. You got to keep your feedback up. You got to do this whole thing, right? So yeah, I would jump on this last. Like I said, I jumped on it maybe too early, but it didn't have as much crap going on as it does now. So it did absolutely. Shortly thereafter, I jumped on it, but initially there wasn't this request for all this sort of stuff. So this is where I would end your tour before moving on to some other things and stuff like that. the devil, you know. I mean, that's all I can tell you is milk this cow fast and hard and get out and diversify and that sort of thing, because the rules are changing on a daily basis. Some of the things you'll see on this platform, which are absolutely bananas, is you will sell out of something, or no, I'm sorry, Amazon will sell out of something and they will declare everybody else's products hazmat and say you can't sell it. And hazmat means it's like hazardous material. And they'll ask for a bunch of forms for you. They'll ask for a bunch of forms from you and stuff like that to prove that it's not hazmat when it's definitely not hazmat. And then when they come back online to sell it, all of a sudden everybody can sell it again. So there's games, man. Lots and lots of games. They'll gate stuff, ungate stuff, all that sort of stuff. So I just want you to be aware. I know I'm doing a lot of bah humbug stuff on this because I have been through it, man, with them. I have been to the top and I've been to the bottom. And Bezos is a drug dealer, man. Or like one, I should say, right? He'll get you hooked. He'll start raising the fees. You're spending more and more money, that sort of thing. So just be careful. Do the other platforms first. Get your feet wet. And then hit this guy up. But hopefully that helps you guys out. You know, like I kind of wish somebody gave me this a while ago so that I knew where to start and stuff like that. So because when I was doing it, I put all my eggs in technically the Amazon basket. I started in eBay, but the eggs were really here. And I wish somebody would have told me. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Click like, share, give me a subscribe, man. I got to grow my numbers. I'm close. I'm getting up there in subscribers. So thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you there. Bye-bye.